Hi everyone, SB here. So I'm very excited today because I finally received my puzzle that I got from overseas. I've been wanting to get this, I've been waiting for it for a long time and I've been so excited, but today it finally came and I'm very excited. I can't wait to get into it because this is going to be awesome. What I actually ordered was something that's not entirely from this world. I'm sort of just making a little story here. Something from the next dimension. I've been doing a lot of four-dimensional puzzles. I haven't been onto them for a while, but I've been kind of just poddling along with them. What I've got right here is a four-dimensional 2x2, but it's not fully four-dimensional. I'm going to explain to you about that later on. But anyways, I've been wanting this puzzle for a while. I've been actually wanting this puzzle way back, but I found out that this was far too expensive for me. So I've recently saved up for it, and I finally got what I've wanted. And so, yeah. And the package is kind of flat. It's quite a flat package. This is you have to sort of assemble it, but we'll just go ahead and open it and see what's inside. Oh, that's strong. It's a tight package. Yep, I can't tear it. I can't get into this. And first of all, a huge shout out to Melinda Green for giving me this. I'm very happy receiving this at the moment. Yeah. Oh wow, look at this. Snap lock bag. Or Ziploc bag, whatever you want to call it. And the thing is, this is actually 3D printed. Of course I do a bit of 3D printing as well, but oh crap. Hi there, it's Espion from the future, and when I was getting into this, I noticed that a piece kind of broke during shipment. You can see right there, kind of going out of the frame there a little bit, but go back to that in a sec. But you can see that a piece broke, and the best thing about it, it was only one cube. All the rest of the cubes were fine. It was just this one cube that was broken. You can kind of see in there the pieces that they go together. They kind of go together like clips. There's like clips inside the cubes. They kind of just fit together, but they broke off in the cube. You can kind of see in a minute, but you can see that blue clip there is kind of broken. But what I did was I super glued along the seam. And so I super glued along the seams, and now the puzzle is working perfectly. It was just a bit of super glue I needed to do, and yeah, so it now works perfectly, and I don't have to worry about broken pieces. Hi there, it's HyperSP from the future again. It's now the 4th of November, so it's been nearly half a month. And I'll give you my final thoughts on the Melindas physical four-dimensional 2x2. Basically, I've learned a lot from this puzzle, having this for about half a month. I've solved it many times, if you would have known from my previous video of my sub 6 solve. So I've solved it many times. I went away and learned how to solve it, and I've gotten faster at solving it as well. So I just want to give you my final thoughts on it. I didn't really do a review after my unboxing because I basically had to fix it, and if you would have known, basically the piece that was broken was this one right here. So I kind of super glued that back together, and now it works perfectly. I have no problems ever since, and the puzzle is basically pretty good. So what this puzzle is basically a three-dimensional representation of the four-dimensional 2x2, and it's like, so you got the virtual representation of the four-dimensional 2x2. This is the real representation, so it's like the actual three-dimensional representation of the actual four-dimensional 2x2. And so I've got a normal 2x2 here. So this is a 3D 2x2, and it does look like a 2x2x4 tower, Rubik's tower, but there's certain things, there's like legal moves that you have to do to make it a four-dimensional puzzle. And Melinda's got videos on those moves. Also go over in this video as well to show you what I've learnt. So this puzzle is basically just cubes with magnets. So you can see if I just take these off, there's no actual real mechanism. It's just these cubes technically with magnets on each of them. You can see 2 magnets there, 2 magnets there, and there are basically 4 colors on these cubes, just like in the virtual 4-dimensional 2x2. So, you know, because each corner is 4 colors, just like on here. And so they contain 4 pyramidal kind of pieces. So you can see like green, pink, yellow, and orange. And they just sort of just kind of magnetize onto the puzzle like so. The reason why that is because no such 4-dimensional puzzle exists. It's going to be very, very complicated to make an actual mechanism to make this. So the best way to do it is just to get 16 cubes and just magnetize them together, and that's how this kind of puzzle works. So there's no actual mechanism, it's just 16 cubes just magnetized together, and each of them have 4 colors on them, and they're sort of like pyramidal kind of pieces. So how this puzzle works. So this is your solved configuration. You can see that you've got, like on the virtual 4-dimensional 2x2, you have 8 colors on each cell. So you've got 8 colors here. So this is your green cell, this is your orange cell, this is your blue cell, this is your red cell. And then when you look in here, this is your inside cell, which is your purple cell. So you see you've got 8 colors in there of purple. And then you've got your Carter cell, or the outside cell, which is 8 colors of pink. And then you've got the left and right cell, which is these white pieces on the outside. So this is your left cell. So your left cell is your white pieces on this side, and your right cell is your yellow pieces on this side. So it's kind of hard to explain the actual sort of way it looks from physical to virtual, but that's basically what it is. And as you can see, the solved configuration of this puzzle is when basically these can be touching, these can just be nearly one moved from touching. Explains it in Melinda's videos. You can see that these are all solved. You see all these colors here are all sort of solved. You got these pieces here that are solved, then these pieces, and so that is the solved position. There's many other solved positions, but that is one of the solved positions. Basically, I'm going to go over the moves of this puzzle. So there's also legal moves, and you got to do them correctly. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't be like functional on the virtual 4-dimensional 2x2. So you got to do legal moves on this puzzle. There's like a couple of legal moves you can do, and one of them is basically sort of moving the puzzle around. You just basically take 2 halves like this, and then you get your colors here, and move them together. And that's just a rotation on just like a normal 4-dimensional or normal virtual 4-dimensional 2x2. So this is just moving it around like so. And you can see like all these colors are done. So that's one of them. And then what you've also got is you can just turn this cube here, you can just turn it 90 degrees. And what this does is it just moves the right cell on the virtual, it just moves it 90 degrees. And you can see how, you know, these aren't touching, these are not correct. These, you know, so, you know, this is a move here. So this is just moving the right cell. Then you've also got a move like this. So you've got moving the left cell like this. These are legal moves. You can do this. And you can do this. Then you can also take 2 of the 2x2s and move them wherever you want, and then place them on top of each other and which comes up with this weird kind of move here. So to fix that, you'll just find what's in the middle to this pink, and you'll just move this 2x2 like that. So there's also moves like this as well. So it's not just this, it's also moves like this as well. So you've got a wide range of moves you can do. So you've got those moves, and then you've also got moves like this, where you have a 180-degree turn. So you just take this half like this and turn it 180. And so this kind of moves this part, half of this cell over to here. So the yellow goes over here, and the reds go here, and the oranges go back here. So this is like a U cell move on the top. That's twice. So it's U02. I won't go too much into detail with that, but basically you can do moves like this. You can do moves like this. Just turn it randomly like this. You can also do what I call axial twists. So you could just turn this middle layer, or this middle 2x2, like so. Now, you might be thinking, why can't you just do that? Well, that is not legal, because that's just twisting the end part, and whatever you do on here has to affect on here. So you have to account for the legal moves. So you have, when you do your axial twist, you have to follow suit with this one as well. So you can't just turn it like that, because that is not possible. You can, however, have, when you're solving, just an end cap twisted 180 degrees, but you know, that's just a state. So when you're doing your axial twist, you have to follow suit with this one here. So you basically just have to turn this in a 2x2 like that. And I normally just go like that for that. And so the last move I'm going to show you is the 4D gyro move. Basically what it does is it moves, for example, see how you got white and yellow on the outside? When you do the gyro move, the green and the blue will be on the outside. So what this does is it will move it four-dimensionally so that the green and the blue are on the outside. So I'm going to do that right now. And this is moving the puzzle four-dimensionally. So it's bringing the blue and the yellow on the outside, and the white and yellow from the outside has gone to the inside. So it's moved the cubes, each cube, into an inverse of themselves. So now basically, instead of them being like this, they are now like this. So that's what the gyro move does, and it just moves. That's also a rotation as well. So it's also just doing this as well, but it's also bringing the pieces from the inside to the outside. That is that. So that's one of those moves, and this one of my favorite moves of the puzzle. I quite like it. If you follow those legal moves, you can basically scramble the puzzle with those legal moves and solve it with those legal moves. So that's about the puzzle, and how it works four-dimensionally, or like three-dimensionally, but how it also works four-dimensionally. I've also noticed when I'm having this puzzle, it was kind of better. You can see that some of the pieces are kind of fading, and it's mostly common with this puzzle. I mean, I've known some people who have their physical 2 to the 4s they've had for a long time. Their pieces are completely faded, but you can still tell the colors apart. You can see that this purple here is like a lighter shade. And this one here is also a lighter shade, but that's okay. You can see this yellow here is a lighter shade. You know, this puzzle does fade over time, but you can still tell them apart. It's not too bad. So that's what I've also noticed with this puzzle as well. But I have had no real other problems with it. It's a very cool puzzle. It's one of my favorite puzzles I've got at the moment. I've been absolutely hooked on solving it, because it's such a fun puzzle to solve. There's a tutorial out there if you want to learn how to solve it, in the physical form as well. So, you know, it's a very, very cool puzzle. I'm like absolutely blown away on how this puzzle works three-dimensionally, but also four-dimensionally as well. So it's a very cool puzzle. I'm really, really pleased that I got this. So shout out to Melinda for giving this puzzle to me, because I'm really happy. It's such a fun puzzle. I play with this every day because it's just amazing. So, you know, it's such a cool puzzle. Really fun. I really enjoy it. So that's it. I'll probably do some more videos on this as well. I might do an example solve as well for you to show you how I solve it. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time.